What's up, friends? All right, let's discuss what happened. All right, if you're new here, I'm Wendy. I had a baby. Let's talk about the birth of the baby. Good things, bad things, all of it. We didn't get a lot filmed because it turned into an emergency. So let's dive in, show some clips of what we did get, and then I'll explain what happened and I'll show you guys baby. All right, so, oh my God, look how red I am. It's probably from the mask. Yeah, like right where the mask is. This thing's irritating me. All right, it is 1:40 in the morning on Sunday. And we are, can you guess? In the hospital. My contractions are about 2 to 3 minutes apart. But at home I was bleeding really bad, so we came in and I'm dilated to a 3. So we don't know what they're gonna do. Baby sounds good. So I'll keep you guys posted. Maybe we'll have a baby this Sunday morning. All right, I'm bringing sexy back, y'all. Look at this bad boy. It's happening. I have my IV in. Obviously, I have my hairnet on. We have to have a C-section because he's still breech. We are just waiting for anesthesia to come to talk to me about all that. And then it's about go time. What time is it? Where's the clock by? 5 till for 3. So it's almost 3 a.m. It's exciting. How are you feeling?
I'm a little nervous, but I'm good.
Yeah? Anxious?
Yeah.
Excited to meet him?
Yep.
I'm excited for somebody else to hold him. And to see how much he weighs. Everyone keeps saying that he's so big. He's so big. And so we're anxious to see how much he weighs, because we joke that he's only going to come out like 5 pounds. He's going to be like our smallest baby. All right, here's Adam and his get-up. Yeah. All right, so they wheeled me back to the OR, and then they had an emergency with another mama and baby. And there's only one anesthesiologist right now. So they wheeled us back. So now we're just sitting and we're waiting. Little baby no name is doing fine. Adam looks all sexy in his little get-up. I came back in and his like eyes like bulged and I was like, we're all done. It was good. But yeah, so hopefully it won't be too long. We'll see. Grandma.
He looks so cute, like big.
Yeah.
Yeah?
He was born at 4:44, 7 pounds and 19 inches long.
Oh, okay.
And we've been lying to everybody for 2 months. You ready to see what his name is?
Oh, what is
Well, we haven't quite.
No, we have. Okay, hold on. You ready? Here, give me that. Oh, Adam's phone won't flip.
Ready?
There you go.
Oh. Oh, thanks.
Okay, so you guys saw in my last video that they tried doing the eversion where they tried flipping him and it failed. So we already knew we were going to have a C-section, which, okay, fine. You know, that's fine. Have to have a C-section. We have to do what's best for baby, what's best for mom, all of that stuff. So that was Friday, September 11th. On September 12th, Saturday, I was feeling weird. Like I couldn't quite figure out what was off. I just felt weird. He was moving. I just felt weird. And so everything was fine. Well, 9 o'clock rolls around. And at 9 o'clock on the dot, I have a really hard contraction. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Check the clock. It was 9 o'clock. Thought it was weird that it was 9 o'clock. 20 minutes later, I had another contraction. That happened for 6 times. Then after the 6th time, I started having them every 4 minutes apart. And then I'm like, is this really labor? Is this? Because they weren't like debilitating contractions. They were like, just kind of like, oh, okay, we're good. Again, this isn't my first kid. For those of you that have been around, I've given birth to 5 babies. This little guy is our last one. I'll explain that as well. But then, we have Joey, who's 20. Addison, who is 17. Kennedy just turned 16. Baby Harry is 1. And then we have the new guy. And then I have my stepdaughter, who obviously I didn't give birth to, but she's 22 and her name is Desiree. So I was like, okay, well, I'll let Adam rest. I'm not going to draw attention to it or anything. So I sat in the living room on the rocking chair and watched a movie. And then I was sitting there and I was like, it's a little TMI. I thought I peed myself. That is baby Harry. You guys hear screaming because he's getting in trouble. He climbs on the table now. He might come in here and join me in a little bit. So, and I'm like, I knew it wasn't my water because it wasn't a gush. And it wasn't pee because I couldn't stop it. So then I'm like, that's weird. Okay, that was weird. And it was just a little bit, not a whole lot. And so again, I was huge, so I couldn't see anything. With my back, I couldn't bend anything. So then finally, about 15 minutes later, I got up and I got Adam. I was like, hey, does this smell like pee? And I had him smell my hand. Like, I know it's gross. Okay, I get that. I can't smell anything. And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, and I told him what happened. He's like, okay. And so then we turned on a light and I grabbed again and showed him it was blood. So then it was, okay, we're no longer waiting. Let's go to the hospital. And this was just after midnight on September 13th. So then we get to the hospital, which is an hour away. They check me in. I'm having active labor. I'm having contractions. I'm dilated to a 3. And they can't figure out why I'm bleeding. And so they're like, okay, so you have to go to OB triage. They moved me upstairs to labor and delivery, and they were just going to monitor us for a little bit. Well, then the doctor came in and she's like, how do you feel about having a baby today? And I'm like, cool, let's get him out. I'm done. Let's do this. So then they wheeled me into the operating room. And again, it's like now like 2:00 in the morning. And I'm the only one on the maternity floor, which is crazy that I'm the only mother giving birth at this time. They wheel me in. I'm getting ready to slide from my gurney onto the operating table. And there's a call and it shuts everything down. There is only one anesthesiologist at the time. And so he couldn't be in more than one operating room. They were calling in another one. And there was another mother who had to have an emergency, had at that time an emergency. And so they wheeled me out of my room. It was so funny, like I wouldn't. And so then we're sitting there waiting. And I'm laying there and I'm like, Adam, I'm like, something doesn't feel right. It is now like 4:15 in the morning. And I'm like, Adam, something feels weird. I go, every time I have a contraction, I had that desire to push. And I had to do that so that I wouldn't push. And I shouldn't have been in that desire to push. Well, they checked me. I was dilated to a 7.5 to an 8. And he was starting to come. Then it became an emergency. So then they quickly wheeled me into the operating room really fast. Everything was going. The doctor started cutting even before Adam got in there because they needed to get him out. So then Adam got in, baby's out. He's great. He was born at 4:44 a.m. on September 13th, which is fabulous because that's my birthday. So me and little man have the same birthday. So that's really cool. I'm pretty excited about that. It's unique. It's different. He doesn't fall in the other fall with the other girls. So Joey's birthday is on the 29th. Addison is on the 30th. Harry is on the 31st. And Kennedy's is on the 27th. So he doesn't fall in that one. So it's nice that he kind of still fits because we share the same birthday, which is amazing. Fast forward to he's out. And I was making jokes about how I wanted him to be a girl. Like, y'all know I wanted him to be a girl. I wanted to name her Magnolia. Didn't happen. He's a boy. So I'm laying there. And I'm still feeling good. I'm still making jokes. I'm still talking. All right. I got my buddy. Can you say hi? Hi. So I'm still making jokes. I'm still talking. I'm still laughing. So I look over at the baby doctor and nurse who's working on him, and I go, does he have a vagina? And the doctor goes, no, but she has a penis, which was kind of funny. Like, I laughed a little bit. Adam laughed. Everything looked great. About 10 minutes later, I am now in pain. And I wasn't talking anymore. I wasn't communicating anymore. And all Adam says is he looked at me. I didn't look good. And one of the triage nurses, the nurse that was now working on the baby because the doctor left because he was okay at that time, went, okay, come on, daddy, baby, let's go. And they left. And they had to put me completely under. A normal C-section from start to finish should take an hour. I was in there for 2.5 hours, start to finish. And so that wasn't a good thing. And so what happened is, you saying hi? Say hi. Say hi, Harry. Are we going to show him your baby? Are we going to show him baby in a minute? After I give birth, my uterus stops contracting. So I start, oh, look, and Dixie's even here with us. That's nice. I stopped contracting, so then I bleed really bad. They also had an issue is, so sorry, the camera's really shaking because he keeps jumping. All right, we had to give Harry to his sisters so I could finish. So the issues they were having is, one, my stomach was extremely bruised. I guess both on the outside and underneath from when they tried flipping him. I had that umbilical hernia that I got when I had with Harry and I got with him. And then they couldn't get the bleeding under control. So they had to put me completely under because I guess I was alert. So I was bleeding faster than when they put you under. So they could get that under control. And then when I came to, they have to manually palpate your stomach. So they push right above your belly button and push pretty hard to get the blood to come out. I know it's a little TMI, but if you had a baby, y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, right where they were pushing was right where I had my hernia. So then they would like squeeze on my stomach, my intestines, whatever was coming out at that time. Sorry, I just had something pop up on my camera. And so it was excruciating pain. Like I was in so much pain. So now I'm like cursing like a sailor, very loud, and apologizing to them all at the same time. Because the pain was so bad. So then we couldn't get the pain under control. And then because of my back, I couldn't move. Because I had an issue because of my ankylosing spondylitis, not because of the medicine they gave me or anything like that, or the anesthesia. And so they had to give me a morphine drip, which they give a lot of women that after they have a C-section. Well, mine, they had to have a continuous drip plus a like button for me to get extra, because it wasn't there all the way. And then I didn't hold the baby until he was several hours old because I couldn't physically hold him. Like I had no strength. I had no anything because the blood issue. He's right here. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Here's the issue we have with baby. Well, let me show you guys because he's getting angry, but here he is. Hi. Can you say hi? Say hello, YouTube. Say hello, YouTube world. Here I am. Here I am. I'll insert some pictures and whatnot. We decided to name him. All right. So we named him Howard Lewis. We call him Howie. Howard is my stepdad, who, along with my biological father and my biological mother helped raise me. My mom and stepdad had been together for, I was 4. All right. And we really love the name Howard. So he's named after my stepdad. And then Lewis is after Adam's mom, her name is Louise. So when we found out we were pregnant, we agreed that the baby, whether if it was a boy or a girl, if it was a girl, her middle name was going to be Louise. And if it was a boy, his feeding alarms. All right, so let's talk about baby Howie, okay? Baby Howie is perfect. He was born at 7 pounds, 19 inches long, at 4:44 a.m., like I said. So if you guys watched my last baby update, my new OB switched my due date 3 weeks earlier. So the day I delivered, by the ultrasound changing due date because of his limbs and all of that, he was full term. I was 37 weeks. I was 37 weeks and like 5 days. So full term, no problem. My original due date was correct. So he was born at 34 weeks. He's classified as a late stage preemie because they're not quite sure when my due date was. He's breathing on his own. He's eating on his own. So that's great. But Joey was born at 33 weeks and she did those things as well. However, he has some of the preemie attributes to where their ears are like plastered on the back of their head. For the first 10 days, his skin had that kind of translucent-y, didn't quite look like skin. We had a really bad issue with him gaining weight. He dropped down to 6 pounds. And he's now at 6 pounds, 11 ounces. So we feed him every 3 hours. I'm trying to breastfeed, and then we supplement on formula. So he's just tiny. He's just a tiny little guy. But besides that, he's perfect. He's perfect being tiny. He does have a weird hairline. I'll insert some pictures for you guys to see. Like it goes like back here. Like we call him like, he's such an old man do. And he had a issue with his skull right here. And that's from where he was up under my rib cage. And so it should correct itself. It's like his hair is growing in. The, I'm feeling it right now. The indent's like almost completely gone. So that's all good. So hopefully it'll all be fine. If not, we will fix it and we will move on. He is a champ at eating. He sleeps really well. He's the most mellow baby we've ever had. And Joey was an easy baby. He's just chill. Hardly ever cries. Harry absolutely adores him. Tries playing with his toys, sharing his toys all the time with him. Tries, he doesn't like holding him. I try getting him to hold him all the time and he doesn't want to. But gives him kisses. Really is obsessed with his feet. Really likes his feet. Like he likes touching his feet. He does like this to him. But yeah, overall we're doing great over here. I don't know what else I was gonna say. I get distracted when I have him with me. I'm doing really good. I went and saw my doctor. I have to go see a general surgeon so they can correct the hernia. I still look like I'm pregnant because of the hernia. So they have to correct that eventually. But besides that, yeah, everything's doing good. The girls, of course, are head over heels for him. Family in Colorado, can't wait to come and meet him. If you have some pictures of that I had from in the hospital, again, we didn't get that much because I was in and out of craziness, I guess you can call it, sedation. It was like, once we got the pain under control, I was okay. But we couldn't get the pain under control, and then we couldn't get the bleeding under control, and then they were like, oh, well, we might have to go back and remove your uterus if it doesn't stop, or if we can't get it to clot properly, or if it's over clotting, like all of this. Like it was either I was bleeding too much or I was clotting too much that they were going to go in. I'm like, I told you guys, just take it anyway. So I only have one fallopian tube on my right side because my left fallopian tube was removed back in 2001 when I had that ectopic pregnancy. So they went ahead and removed my right fallopian tube. So I know Adam has vasectomy. And I now have only no fallopian tubes, that hopefully we are done having children. I am too old and my health is too bad. And Howard's pregnancy was horrible. I have no shame in my age. I had him on my 38th birthday. And he's it. He's done. He's our last biological child. If we get that urge to have more children, we can adopt. Who knows what the world's going to bring. So if you like this kind of video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.